Hello there. I am going to show you how to download the presets into Adobe Lightroom Mobile, and that I'm going to email to you. And then also, just want to mention that when you download the app for Lightroom Mobile, it will kind of act like you need to have a membership to Adobe. It'll ask you to sign into your Adobe membership. But if you don't have that and you just want to use the free version, just log in using your normal Google email address and password or Facebook username and password, and then it should load for you. So the first thing that you're going to get is an email from me or access to a folder, because I'll probably actually have a lot of these for you. And it's going to come across looking like it's just an email full of pictures, but actually what these are called DNG files, or digital negatives, basically. And the digital negatives come from my Lightroom application on my desktop, so like the computer version of Lightroom. And so I edit the photos there, and I save the settings as a digital negative so that when you open up this photo into Adobe Lightroom Mobile, the settings will be there and you can save it as a preset. So these are some film presets that I've done, and I've already actually have them downloaded, but to download them you would just click to download on the little arrows, and then you would open Lightroom, and then you'll go into all photos. And I wanted to tell you that you either want to keep these images saved on in the Adobe Cloud or just somewhere else, because it'll eat up all the room on your phone. As you can see, I need to do quite a bit of deleting here. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna find those photos. So they're in here already if you've added them, and so we're going to add the digital negatives by clicking at the bottom the little plus sign, and you can see there is 4 pictures labeled raw right here, and those are the digital negatives. Now we only want to bring in one at a time. Well, I guess we can go ahead, let's bring them all 4 in, or how many ever you want to do at a time. So you're going to add them, and then you're going to open all photos. You're going to open one of the photos or the digital negative, like I said. And when I open up my settings or my tools down here at the bottom for editing, you can see the highlights, contrast, everything's all adjusted already that would need to be adjusted to make the picture look like this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click these 3 buttons at the top, click Create Preset. We're going to name it. You can name it whatever you want, or you can name it the same thing. So I'm going to name it Film 1. And then you can name your own group too. You can select a certain group, like as you start making groups. Sorry, our landscapers are here. Or you can create new preset group. So we'll label this Film Presets. And then you click, and you don't need to mess with any of the buttons there below where it says select. You don't need to change anything. You want to save all of that. And then you click the check mark, and then it's there. So then I'll show you what happens. So now we're going to go get a photo that was not edited with anything. So I'm going to pick this one. I think it actually was edited with something, so I'm going to put it back to its original version. Wow, really? Maybe not the greatest example. I didn't know it was quite that bad as a raw photo, but be interesting to see what happens here. So we're gonna, I kind of didn't talk about that. Right here is your presets button for where we just saved that. So hit presets, and then you're gonna click over here, because as you can see, I have quite a bit of presets going on, but here's our film presets folder. So then we click Film 1, and it changes our picture. Not much, I have to say. Let me go to a different picture. We'll go to this one. Okay. So all I did is put that totally back. Oh, here we go. Wait. Totally back to exactly how I took the picture. So now I'm going to apply that film preset, and you can see quite a difference. Now that doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything else, or you won't have to do anything else to the picture, but you don't have to if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. So some things you could adjust are exposure, contrast. See, contrast kind of just like brings in some detail. Exposure obviously is light, dark. Highlights, up and down, shadows, up and down, and then whites can get brighter or darker, blacks can get darker. Then here, this is your color tool, basically your white balance and color tool. So you can click here to do as shot, or like they can pick one for you. I never ever like that one, so I actually usually do custom, where I can warm it up if I want to, or make it colder if I want to. Can add more pinks, I can make it more green. Vibrance adjusts color that isn't skin tone. And saturation obviously is what it is. It's all color. Then we have a handy dandy tool here.
Next week. Yeah. No chainsaw.
Right. Sorry. Then we hit mix, and this is what I tell other students is a crayon box. It's got every color that's in your picture here, and you can change the way that those colors look or appear. So I'm going to start with blue because blue is the predominant color in this photo. So I'm going to click blue, and I can change the color of my blue. I can desaturate some of the color of my blue if I don't want it to be quite so vivid. I can make my blues dark and my blues really light. So I'm going to make them dark. Then I am going to adjust the oranges here because it's picked up some weird orange tones in the weeds. So same thing with oranges. I'm going to make them a little more yellow, and I'm going to take and desaturate them a little bit. And then I might make them actually there's some in the clouds, so I'm going to lighten it a lot. I also see some purple off to the left in the photo, so I'm just going to take that out by desaturating that and kind of moving it over to a blue tone. Now really the only other color left to deal with here is maybe some yellow and green. So I'm going to take green first. As you can see, the green is really desaturated, and that's from the preset that we chose. And I'm going to just give it a little more saturation, pulling it from a yellow to lighter green. So you can change the colors of the green to yellow. Then same thing with yellow. Make it more green. So this is your crayon box. This is where you can have a lot of fun. So that being said though, let's just go back. We're going to adjust that. I'm going to go back and we're going to grab another picture. Let's grab this one because it's really nice and warm. And we're going to change and make that into a preset. This is film 4, and our group was already there from the last time we saved one, so we just need to hit the check mark. And then we can go back. We'll grab that same unedited photo again, or the photo I chose before, if I can find it. There it is. So now we have 2 presets, in our presets folder. And so here's film 4. Now you can see it looked incredibly warm on the picture that I used as the example for the digital negative. However, when I shot this photo, I shot it cooler. So we just need to adjust the temperature and the light. No preset is ever going to look exactly like you see it, but it's a good starting ground. So then we have something like that. I can show you some examples of some others really quickly. We'll just put this guy back again, presets again, and like I said, I have a ton. We'll go through terrain. Terrain is really nice and has a lot of contrast already built into it. Also a lot of color. And then we can change it to terrain 2, terrain 3, terrain 4, terrain 6. Then we have some amazing black and whites in here too. And then some of these even come with some lens correcting tools. But anyways, I hope that gives you a good idea. I'm going to send you a bunch of digital negatives for you to input into your Lightroom mobile, and then you can just have a ton of fun editing pictures. There's even some really fun ones that are kind of unique that hopefully I can get to. Let's see. They're called Pop. Whoops. My cat is in here. So we gotta go way down here. As you can see, I have a lot of presets. But I just want to show you how fun they can be. Okay. Like this Pop banana. Like they can make some really unique colors. So yeah, lots to play with. And you'll find ones eventually that you like. And this might be a good tip for anyone that is a blogger or that's consistently posting on Instagram and wants to have like a cohesive look. Eventually you'll find a preset that you like for all your pictures, and then you'll use that, and so all your pictures that you're posting to your Instagram will start to look the same. That's how a lot of the Instagram influencers do their pictures. And they use it right here in Lightroom Mobile. So hopefully that is helpful, and hopefully you'll find some. I'll be sending you just a ton of those, and let me know if you have questions.